Hi everyone, I just wanted to let you know my LinkedIn account is restored now, so at least that's one problem solved. And I just changed my password and everything. They had a security issue, so I had to send in an ID, and it landed up affecting the new account I set up as well. So if you accepted the new profile, you can just go back to using my old profile. I'm happy that they restored it, actually, because I have a lot of contacts on there, and a lot of senior people in the government are connected with me. The MPs and officials, presidents of countries, people connected to me from Global Citizen, from the One campaign. So it would have been very, very hard, even though I did send an email out to whoever I could, whoever's email addresses I had. It's a relief that they've restored it, and I just wanted to say thank you to them. I did send a message to them. Thank God for Messenger and different social platforms, because I could not have contacted them, and the email they sent me was buried in my junk. So, the amount of stress I've been under, I'm not surprised I got sick and I got the flu or the cold, because normally I don't get sick. I haven't been sick like that for, I don't know when was the last time, but it's stressful. And all that stress and unemployment, not having work, not having a steady job, all of that affects your body. So thank God for that. That's at least I can apply for jobs using LinkedIn as well. And I'm hoping that God's going to bless me this week. I need to get into a good paid job and get back to work. I mean, yeah, it's nice to sit at home and watch the television and, go to church or watch the church online and all that stuff. But I'm not one of those women that ever wanted to just stay at home. Even if I had gotten married, even if I had met someone, I would not have wanted to stay at home. My mom worked her whole life, and even when she came here, she missed working. It's just that she didn't like what she was getting. And she worked here. She worked at the Salvation Army, and she did other jobs. So I hate this. I really expected better of Canada. I expected better of the banks, particularly BMO. I expected better of them and TD. I mean, when they said they were going to call me back, I trusted them. I didn't think that it would be from 2007 until now that they wouldn't call me back for anything. And then all those contracts I had, I did well in them. But, I also want to be clear, because I don't think for my executive. I just don't. And if you haven't worked with somebody for a long time, you're not going to think like them. They can't expect you or expect me, maybe other people, but they can't expect me to come into a job and think like them or think for them or anticipate how they are going to want things and not make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. I mean, most of the time, my execution is 100%. But obviously, there's things that I will get wrong in a new job. In the first year, you're spending your time learning. You're learning the systems. You're learning to get to know people. You're learning how to get things done. And considering what I had to deal with, I had to go in and deliver perfectly in 3 to 6 month contracts. It's almost near impossible for somebody to do that. And that's what I did. So when they let me go, they didn't let me go because of my performance. They didn't let me go because I was not meeting my targets. They let me go because they didn't have a job for me, or they changed direction, or there was a personality mismatch. So when you hire people, if you don't like their personality at the beginning, don't hire them, because they're not going to change. And I'm not going to change. So anyway, I just hope this week is going to bring good news for me. And, I know it's a long time, but this is kind of like how it goes here. I'm not the only one that's been sitting at home for 2 years. There were many of us that they laid off, and I'm not willing to give up on my dreams and to give up on going back to work. I'm nowhere near retirement, and I have a lot of things I still want to do, including with my music and my travel and all those things. And it doesn't matter to me whether opportunity is here or in Zimbabwe or South Africa. It doesn't matter to me. I told EY many, many times I'm willing to come back to Joburg. So it doesn't matter to me. But I'm tired of being a burden on others, and I'm tired of every time I ask for financial help, my mental health gets questioned, or I get sent links to go look at mental health, or I get asked, have you reached out to employment counselors? Have you tried your welfare systems? Of course, I'm going to try all those things before I reach out to people to ask for some money. I mean, any normal person would. You wouldn't go to somebody and just say, I need financial help, without going into whatever avenues you can to be self-reliant, to be independent, to look at what options are available. And I've gone through this so many times. I know what the systems are that are in place. I'm not going to contact you or anybody without having looked into what career counseling is available, what systems are in place to help me support myself while I'm job hunting, what can I look at through the church, or what can I look at through the CIA and the tax benefits. And you know what? I don't blame people who have disabilities for being up in arms about it, because that $200 you get every quarter, it's nothing. It's nothing. You cannot, the average rents in Toronto are averaging 2,700, 2,800. Now, because the condominiums are not selling and that some landlords are giving 1 month free rent, or they're doing things to try to help their tenants because things are so bad in Toronto. But I'm not asking for financial help for the sake of it. And I get it. I know people have their own expenses and their own problems. I'm not somebody who ever wanted to be in this situation. If I did, I wouldn't have gone to university. I wouldn't have studied. I wouldn't have networked. I wouldn't have gone out and helped others. I would have just said, you know what? I'm just going to stay at home and I'm not going to bother anymore. So please take it seriously. Don't make a joke out of what I'm saying, because too much anxiety, too much unemployment, too much of problems can lead to you becoming debilitated, because it affects your body. This high blood pressure is also because of that. It's also because of that. And of course, it's going to affect my mother. If you want to help my mother, help me. Because if she knows I've got a job and she knows that I'm working and in a good company with people who are going to take care of me and make sure that I have a day shift and that I'm treated properly, not like an animal, then that will be a big relief to her and to her partner. Because they do love me and they do care about me. And if they had a bigger place, I could have moved in with them, but they don't. So I want people to really think about what they're doing to me and what they're saying to me, and stop treating me like I'm somebody that's stupid, like I'm somebody that sponges off you, that I'm somebody that sponges off the system. When my uncles were in Kwekwe, in Zimbabwe, my dad and my mom gave them a lot of help. And I've given them a lot of help, maybe not with money, but I've given them a lot of emotional support. I've been there for their children. I've been there for my nieces and nephews. So I want people to stop looking at me like I'm somebody that needs to just go on welfare and have the government take care of me. Because I'm not. I'm very highly qualified. I'm educated, and Canada's lucky to have me. I want people to start appreciating my life and treating me properly. Not treating me like I'm just some person that they don't know. Because it's not right. It's not right. I worked to build those relationships with Philip Brave Davis and with Mogitswe, Masisi, and all of them. I worked for it. Bono didn't refer me to them and say, hey, I know this girl. Hey, accept her LinkedIn invite. I worked for all those things. I worked for all those connections, all these people that have accepted me, even Marie-Claire Bourbeau and Karina Gold and all of them. They didn't accept my LinkedIn invites as soon as we had that launch for that one campaign. They only accepted them now, some of the MPs. And some of them still haven't accepted them, like Justin Trudeau. I did so much for him. He still hasn't accepted my LinkedIn invite. So it's not a joke to me. I don't want to go on the welfare system. I mean, I'm already on welfare because that's all I get through the taxes. But I don't want to sit at home and be unemployed and not do anything. And I'm still willing to go and work for HSBC in England or somewhere else. I apply to jobs in Singapore. I apply to jobs in England, in Australia. There's the whole world. There's the whole world. I applied for jobs in Vancouver. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is not what God has called me to. God didn't call me to a life of sickness and unemployment and allowing myself to be treated like an animal. He didn't call me to that. And when I stand up to it, everybody gets up in arms. Well, you know what? I'm not going to change. Why should I have stood up for the Rhodesian army as a child and then come here and not stand up for my life? For what? For what? Why should I go and protest, or why did I even bother to go and protest outside Zimbabwe House in the UK when there were land grabs and all that? For what? You think I did it just for the fun of it? I didn't. I did it for my life. I did it for my future. I did it for the future generations of the people coming up in Zimbabwe because it was lawless. That's why. And I want people to stop putting this image out of me that, oh, you know, we feel sorry for you and you can't hold a job and all that. It's rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. I really and truly am tired of it. And you know what? If you take me to BMO, I don't have to report to Jason Peel. I don't. I was under his division. I don't know how I landed up working under his division in capital markets, but I don't have to work under him. I sent him my resume. I hope BMO doesn't block it from going through, but I sent it to him because I'm tired of it. Just because they liked me, why do people stop them from interacting with me? What skin off their noses is it if people at Credit Suisse liked me? The managing directors and the C-suite. Why is it so painful to them that they don't want me to even contact them? It's ridiculous. That shows you my caliber, because I was only with them for 6 months. And I'm tired of it. I don't want to go and work in UAE. If I go there to UAE, I'll change everything there too. I'll go and tell them, I don't support you're using women like sex slaves. I don't support you taking people from India and paying them a pittance, just like I don't support it in Canada. I don't support you buying your FIFA World Cup. I don't support your macho man images. I don't support any of that. You know why? Our Rhodesian guys never treated us like that. That's why. They treated us like ladies. They treated us with respect. They never had sex with us on demand. They never treated us like whores and prostitutes. So if my standards are too high for you, please grow up and find me a nice person to work with. I'm not even an executive assistant anymore because I couldn't get anything. So I landed up becoming a project manager. And I didn't even have the training for that. I didn't go and do that PMI and all that. I just took courses through HRPA and then I applied my knowledge to everything. So give me a break. I deserve it. No, I deserve it.